Thank you. At this time, no one whose time has not elapsed is asking to speak, so we'll go back to Councilmember Kelly and ask you to be very, very brief with your comments, please.
Thank you. So people are hurting financially, and we need to be sensitive to that. ETHS is going to raise its taxes considerably, and as Councilmember Stefanin pointed out, it's a whole package: fees, fines, everything, including property taxes. We need to look at discretionary spending. I want to also look at our CIP. We really need to look at that and how we can, find efficiencies. But first and foremost, we really need to tighten our financial accuracy with regard to projections on revenue and expenditures. We, in my opinion, have no right to raise taxes when we miss the mark by so much, by $105 million in 23 in expenses, and we're going to raise taxes by 1.5. We have got to get this under control, where we have more of an accurate idea of even our needs for maintaining our buildings. So at our last finance and budget meeting, there was questions about, this bond, issuing another bond. We issued one this year for about $32 million and issued another one next year for about $22 million. And then that we're actually going to roll off about 10, so we would be increasing yet again our overall debt, which is enormous. And I do want to point out, and I'll try and keep this relatively brief, but previous terms that kept kicking that can down the road, folks should know that this year in debt alone on that public safety pensions, what would have cost us a little over $5 million for police and fire had we not been just not fully funding it, that's what it would have cost us. Instead, this year, just in financing it, our taxpayers are paying purely in financing and interest about $15 million just to finance that debt that got kicked down the road by so many previous terms. So I'm concerned also about increasing that debt. That's, $14 million for nothing, right? Because we just didn't want to fully fund those pensions over many, many years. So I am very interested in looking at efficiencies and looking at our capital improvement budget and to see it so we don't have to issue yet more debt. I mean, that's an incredible amount of money that we're paying just on that. And again, I think we absolutely have to look at the whole package of what it's costing residents to live in this city for lower and middle income residents. And we have to start one last point and then I'll be done. And we have to start referencing our actual budget, because again, it's important to know that it was a $298 million budget just a year ago, and we're jumping up to $400 million, and you all would increase it even more. So we have to refer to our actual budget and then adjust for any increases, that happen that current year before we just base it on an adopted budget. So I think that's all. Thank you.
There's still nobody is asking to speak either for